aerial stem modifications. Aerial stem modifications here. In some of the plants, the aerial part of the body or their stems, they becomes modified and evolving into the vegetative propagation reality. They comes under the aerial stem modification. Up to now, the underground stem modifications we are discussed, subaerial stem modifications we are discussed, and finally we are going to take the aerial stem modifications here. Here we are taking, for example, Opuntia. In the case of the Opuntia, the stems are becomes the greeny and the fleshy. Your techniques, they becomes into the greeny and the fleshy structures are forming. Greeny and the fleshy structures are forming. So their regular intervals, these are developing a leafy stem structures are forming. A leafy stem structures are forming in the case of the Opuntia techniques. Actually, these are the xerophyte techniques. Each node of the aerial part is separating from their parent and developing as a new plant here. Suppose in this part of the stem is detaches from that, in this branch of the plant is detaches from that and developing as a new plant. So this is into the one in the Opuntia in the case. In the case of the sugar cane, we are taking sugar cane. We are taking the sugar cane also the aerial nodal region, the node of the stem, whether we are planted in the soil, is developing as a new plant here. New plants are formed. That means the sugar cane plantation we are done by using of the nodal part of the stems only. So like this, the aerial stems are modifying and evolving into the vegetative propagation. That means one plant itself is able to produce the more plants. So that is called as a aerial stem modification, vegetative reproduction process here. So in this, again, not only directly into the stem, here the stem and the leaves are evolving into the vegetative modifications here. First of all, we are taking the leaf modifications. Leaf cuttings we are taking. Leaf cuttings. Here for example, bryophyllum we are taking. So in the case of the bryophyllum, the leaves are having, the nodes are presented into the bryophyllum. The marginal lobes are presented into the bryophyllum. These are the buds. Marginal buds are forming into the bryophyllum. Whenever the leaves are falling down, or whether we are cutting into the certain part of these leafy buds from the leaf, and we are planted into the soil, each bud is developing as a one specific plants are developing here. These are comes under the leaf cuttings. Example is the leaf cuttings we are taking this. So what it is happened, the bryophyllum, the marginal leaf margins are having into the buds are presented. Okay, so vegetative buds are presented here. So these vegetative buds are, when the bryophyllum leaves is fallen down into the soil, that time what it is happened, from each bud to one new plantation is occurs here. Example is the leaf cutting. This is the leaf cutting here we are taking it. Type of leaves, vegetative propagation. Leaves are evolving. Here example we are taking the bryophyllum. So like this, their marginal buds are, these are called adventitious buds. Mostly in the some of the plants of the adventitious buds of their leaves are involving into the propagation process. Examples of these leaf vegetative propagation is bryophyllum, begonia, Kalanchi, Streptococcus here. These are the examples of the leaves. We are one type of the vegetative reproduction. The next one of vegetative reproduction we are taking aerial parts. We are taking bulbils here. Bulbils are nothing but as a fleshy food storage buds. We are taking a fleshy food storage buds here. Example, we can take the oxalis and the agave. So these are the examples of the bulbils here. Diaspora, these are all comes under the bulbils. So what it is happened, the buds are forming and these buds are a fleshy food storage structures. Whenever these buds are touches with the soil, from these buds to a new plant is arising. These are look like as a bud-like structure, bulb-like structures are, so that only these are called as a bulbis here. The buds are look like as a bulb-like structure, so these are called as a bulbis. Example, oxalis, agave and diaspora. These are the examples of the bulbis we are taking. So these are all comes under the vegetative modifications. We are all these are the natural methods of the vegetative propagation. Next one we are taking the artificial methods or horticulture methods of the vegetative propagation. Artificial or the horticulture methods now. Horticulture methods of vegetative propagation here. So first one is the root cutting. Second one is stem cutting. We are taking this. Third one is leaf cutting. So these are the cutting. So what is mean by the cutting means, here first one is the cutting process. So what is mean by the cutting? A piece of plant which is able to produce a new plant. So here in the horticulture or in the nurseries we are taking means, so nurseries what they are doing means, by using of the cuts, that means a piece of the plant, any one part of the plant, it is able to produce a new plant here. It is able to develop the new plant. So that is the process called as a cutting here. So in this first one is a root cutting, and some of the plant like that as a citrus family, lemon, orange, these are we are taking. Generally these are the citrus family. So the citrus family plants, those are developing, generally these are developing by the root cut only. So root cutting process. That means in this family, orange or the lemon, those family, the plant's roots are, so a piece of the roots we are separating and we are developing as a new plants here in the horticulture method. So this type of the propagation, vegetative propagation is called as a root cutting here. So it is one example of the vegetative horticulture, vegetative propagation. The second one is the stem cutting. The stem cutting is nothing but as here what we are doing, a piece of the stem. Okay, a piece of the stem we are using generally 20 to 30 centimeters length having the stems. Okay, 20 to 30 centimeters length having the stems which are in the 1 year old. So very young stems are we are not using. At least the 1 year old stems 20 to 30 centimeters length of the piece of the stem we are taking and we are planting here. So this type of the propagation is called as a stem cutting. Example you can write into the rose plants. We are propagating China rose, coffee, apple. So all these are comes under the stem cutting process only. These are the example of the stem cutting. And the third one we are taking means leaf cutting process. Leaf cutting. Here, what we are doing means example the serpentina, snake plant generally called serpentina, or the snake plant we call snake plant, commonly called as the snake plant. Here in the snake plant, the leaves are twisted leaf and having the snake-like structure, wavy-like structures are forming. These plants we are transversely or the horizontally, transversely we are cutting as a two or the three pieces we are doing, and each piece of the leaves we are placing into the vertically. For example, in this piece we are placing into the like this into the soil. We are placing into the like this into the soil. Whenever we are placing into the like this into the soil, so that time from the upper part to here, from this upper part to the plant is arising, a new plant is shoot is arise, from the lower part to the root are arising here. So like this, by using of the leaf part or the piece, by using the leaf, so we are producing into the more the number of, we are propagating into the plants. These are comes under the leaf cutting. It is also one of the vegetative propagation methods we are taking. Means what are those? One is the root cutting, stem cutting, and the leaf cutting. So these are the majorly into the horticulture method we are taking. Along with this, water hyacinthia we are taking means in the case of the vegetative propagation, it is not a horticulture method, but another one, water so here also it is not a method generally. Example, in the water hyacinthia, or it is called as the Bengal dell. Here it is invasinated as a new species in the India because of their shape of their flowers and their leaves. Okay, the attractive shape of their flowers and the leaves, they are invasinated from the foreign country to the India. So these are easily distributed by the vegetative reproduction only. This also comes under the one of the vegetative reproduction, not in the horticulture. Generally, one form of the exemptions of the vegetative reproduction, that is the water hyacinthia, and so these are comes under the vegetative reproduction. And the horticulture methods, along with the cutting processes, we are taking layering methods also we follows here. Layering. What is mean by the layering means in the horticulture, a part of stem is covered by soil. A part of the stem is covered by the soil here. So wherever they are covering, that particular part is rooting is occurs here. So from this root, so whenever the rooting is occurs, that particular plant is separated from the parent and they are developing as a new plant here. For example, this is into the stem of in this plant we are taking means. So for example, in this part we are placing into the soil. Here these are producing into the root here. These are forming into the, from here to the stem branches are arising. Suppose we are detaching from this, that time in this part of the plant is acting as a new individuals. Like this, layering is nothing but as a part of the stem is covered by the soil and they are developing as a two or the more individuals from a single parent we are. So based on that layering processes, there are the different methods we are following here. First one is the mount layering. Here in this mount layering, some of the plants to produce the more the number of plants from a single plant. So from the base of the plant to up to certain distance, we are cutting into the main stem. Once we are cutting into the main stem, the rooting is normally and the stem is becomes into the like this, and later on we are covering into the this cutting stem with a soil mixture, with a mounting. So whenever we are mounting into the in this stem, which is having into the root system and little bit of the stem, from here to more the number of branches are forming. So from here to more the number of branches are stem parts or stems are arising here. So this type of the layering is called as a mount layering. This is called as a mount. From here, the each branch of this layering is developing into the roots and separated as a individual plant here. So like this, each branch is forming into the root system, and later on the each one is developing as a individual plant. This is called as a mount layering here. Next one is the air layering. Air layering here. So some of the plants we are taking means their aerial part of their branches, around that the bark we are removing. So 3 to 5 centimeters of the width we are removing into the their bark we are removing. So once their bark we are removing, this is called as a ringing process. Ring is forming. Here we are removing into the bark, only the vascular bundle only remains. So we are allowing it to the remains here. So this portion is filling by a layering mixture we are placing here. A layering mixture is covering here. The layering mixture is having into the, so cow dung is presented, that means the manure is presented, cow dung, and 1% of the cow dung and 1% of the protein rich hay is we are adding, and 2% of the fine soil we are adding, and a little bit quantity of IBA, indole butyric acid, or NAA we are adding here. So these are the root promoters. Not only that, here even though any form of the layering or the cutting processes, the stems are first of all we are adding into the IBA or the NAA. These are the root promoters. So generally this mixture is called as a layering mixture. This layering mixture we are placing into the wherever we are forming into the ring, and later on covering with the tape or the polythene covers, and we are tying here. So once we are tying, after the 2 to 3 months of the duration, so wherever we are injured or wherever we are layered, that particular portion it starts the rooting here. From the stem only it is starting into the rooting. So at that time we are separating into the in this stem branch from the parent, and it is developing as a new plant. This is called as a air layering here. Okay, this is called as a air layering. So like this mount layering we are doing, air layering we are doing, and jasmine like some of the slender branched stem containing plants we are taking, means serpentine layering, trench layering, like this different layering also we are doing here. This is the approach layering actually, repeated layering. For example, jasmine we are taking, so some places more than the one place as a wavy stem, the basal part of the stem The branches are, we are layering into the different intervals here. From these, each interval is developing into the root system and developing as a individual plant here. Okay. So these are the repeated layering process. Serpentine layering means here like this as a weak stemmed plants we are taking means alternatively the layering, the soil we are layering here, that case also the branches are becomes into the forming as a new plant, that is called serpentine. Trench layering means the trenches are forming. Trench is nothing but as a the branch near to the base is totally covering by the soil. Horizontal branches are covering into the soil. So whenever we are covering into the soil, from these part of the stems in these plants are developing as a new plants here. This is called as a trench layering here. Like this, different methods of the layering, by using of these layering with horticulture vegetative reproduction process we are carrying here. So these are the types of the layering process we are. And next one is the grafting methods. The transfer of one plant species into the another plant is called as a grafting here. The transfer of grafting methods. So what it is happened? Grafting means one part of one plant transfer into another plant. So this is called as a grafting here. So based on the grafting processes, these are the different categories of the grafting method is there. First one is the tongue grafting. Tongue grafting method and tongue grafting, cleft grafting, wedge grafting, crown grafting, approach grafting and bud grafting. These are the different methods of the grafting. One by one we can be discussed. First one is the tongue grafting method. In this tongue grafting methods, generally grafting means that the two plants we are taking, one plant itself is acting as a base and other plant itself is acting as a stem here. So those who are acting as a base, root system containing part of the grafted plants we call as a stalk here. That is called as a stalk. And the shoot system containing plant part is called as a scion. That is called as a scion here. Stalk and the scion, two parts are presented from the two different plants we are taking to developing into the new varieties. These type of the vegetative horticulture methods we are following. First one is the tongue grafting. The tongue grafting method we are taking means the two plants which are similar in the diameter and forming into the in these plants we are taking means we are forming into the stalk and the scion. This is into the stalk and this is into the scion portion. So both are joining as a tongue like. That means the similar configuration having into the edges are forming. So these two plants are we are inserting and tying with the tape. Later on these two plants, these two parts of the plants are uniting and forming as a one plant here. So this type of the grafting is called as a tongue grafting here. Next one is the cleft grafting here. The cleft grafting we are taking means here the cleft is forming. That means a V-shaped structure. Here on the cleft grafting also both the scion and the stalk is becomes into the similar in the diameter. Cleft grafting also we are taking means the cleft grafting both the stalk and the scion should be in the similar in the diameter. Here what we are following, a cleft, V-shaped cleft is forming in the stalk, and the CN we are taking means their margin becomes into the V-shaped edge is presented here. So this is inserting in this and tying with the polythene cover, and we are allowing into the grafting method. This is called as a cleft grafting. And the wedge grafting. Wedge grafting means the edges of the stalk with the scion. Here the stalk and scion is not into the similar into the diameter. There is no need of the similarity in the stalk and the scion. Here the scion we are inserting. The scion part we are inserting into the wedge, one side of the stalk here. So this is the scion here, and this is into the stalk. We are taking stalk here. So like this stalk and the scion is not into the similar diameter. So a broad stalk with a smaller diameter of the scion, we are forming into the a wedge. The side by a cleft is forming, in that we are inserting into the scion portion here. So this is called as a wedge grafting. And the crown grafting, and all these three up to now whatever we are discussed, all these three we are grafting only into the one piece, into the one stalk with the one scion only. But in the case of the crown grafting, a larger stalk is presented, a larger diameter stalk is presented. Okay, here their margins we are taking means, a different number of scions are we are placing into the, in this grafting method we are taking means a different number of the plants. That means one plant itself we want